It is time now for Better Money with Joel Johnson. Today we are talking about 4 things to consider when you're planning for health care. Joel is a certified financial planner and managing partner at Johnson-Brunetti. Thank you so much for being here.
Good to be here, Kara.
Healthcare is so expensive, so it's really something you have to think about with your retirement plan.
Well, and much more so than my parents or my grandparents, because life expectancy was so much shorter back then. So we're spending more money. We're living longer, which we'll talk about in just a minute, and it's a much bigger factor than it used to be when it comes to good financial planning in retirement.
Right, so let's look at your first point of life expectancy.
Right. Right now, if I have a couple that I'm talking to that's age 65, over 50% of one person there, so one person there has a 50% chance or greater of living into their 90s. That was not that way 20 years ago. And so again, life expectancy is a huge factor. It's not just about your health, but it's about your life expectancy, having to pay for health care into retirement, and also just having the cost of living go up, so you're spending more money anyway.
Right. And the Medicare limitations. Everyone thinks once you get to that age of Medicare, oh yay, free health insurance, but there are limitations.
That is not the way it works. There are limitations. Medicare does not pay for long-term care. It pays for a little piece of that, those first few days in a nursing home, but it does not pay for long-term care, and it doesn't pay for everything. That's why people need to buy Medicare supplement insurance. You've got to pick up the cost of what Medicare doesn't cover.
And the longer life, of course, can equal higher health care costs.
Right. The health care costs are going up just like the costs of everything else. So not only are we living longer and having to spend more money on health care, but the price of that health care is going up. Again, that couple that's age 65, if we're planning for them being in retirement for 30 years, them living for 30 years, I've got to count on health care costs tripling during that period of time.
And you need a retirement income strategy.
Right. All of this can be solved by having a good financial plan that starts with a retirement income strategy. Projecting your income, figuring out what your expenses are going to be, and setting aside reserve money for healthcare costs. And if you get this retirement income strategy or retirement income plan before you retire, you'll know that maybe you should work another year or two. It doesn't sound exciting, but you want to make sure you've got enough money to last for the rest of your life.
Yeah. All right. So to figure out where you stand, Joel has a free offer for all of the viewers. It's Planning for Healthcare Guide, and it's yours for free.
Yeah, and we cover all of the things we just talked about and other things that we didn't talk about. Long-term care, how much healthcare costs are going to increase, as I mentioned earlier. What about family members that you might have to take care of, either younger than you, children or grandchildren, or even your parents? My parents are still alive. I might have to help them out with some healthcare costs.
So to answer those questions, you can go to BetterMoneyTV.com and you can get Joel's offer there.
Absolutely. We'd love to get the offer to every one of our viewers.
All right. Thank you so much, Joel.
Thanks, Kara.
That's Better Money.